Guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on the YouTube account and we're going to try to make some progression. We haven't done this actually in a little bit of time, so we're on 42-21. We want to hit the next 10 stages so we can get some of our elemental cores. With that in addition, we can finish out the awakened version of Athane, giving them that plus 60 signature item, or excuse me, that plus 60 engraving. At this point, guys, we're going to go ahead. We're going to copy some of the teams in here. You can see their level is 528 with the Thorn Cheese. We're significantly above where they are level-wise. Still has the Thorn Cheese in this one, but we're going to run it. We need to make, again, a lot of progression in here. So I'm hoping with Lucretia we could do well. But again, guys, it comes back to this Thorn Cheese, which everybody really, really despises. But again, for a lot of players, guys, it is kind of the ultimate love-hate relationship. If Thorin dies out really quick, it obviously doesn't work, but the retaliation ability he possesses does do incredibly well. There we go. So he's down right there. Boom. Again, first time it seemed like he was going to do pretty well. We're almost to level 600. 600 has been what we're looking at, guys, to build, to continue our progression. And we have him geared out like we need him to be at this point. So we're going to see again if with some of these we can actually make some progression in here. There we go, guys. There's one, there's two. Thorn Cheese works, guys, just as intended. 8.64 billion damage there. I knew even at this level the Thorn Cheese would work incredibly well. Wilford, we looked at quite a few. We use a couple different team members formations. Just again, looking at the levels they're at, we're trying to get roughly around the same level because we know in conjunction with the ones that we're working or the team comps we're utilizing, we're going to have the same, pretty much the same viability in there. And oh, I thought we got that one done. I think he missed Oscar in that one. But it's pretty cheesy, guys. I like the Iran 5-pull. It's kind of unique running Skarath and Iran in here, of course, with Lorzen for the link. Lucretia in here for the, hopefully a little bit of the buff, as you can see right there. But overall, guys, we got to get Thorn to Cheese. We got to get through these 10 stages. It will be halfway through 42. I feel like at this level, we should be a little bit higher. I feel like we do have quite a few opportunities. And there it is, guys. Got the cheese done again. 9.22 billion damage. All about the cheese today. And unfortunately, it looks like a lot of these formations. There we go, guys. We have a legitimate formation here. And we did finally get Leonardo up to the plus 30 engraving. We wanted to make sure we built him up a little bit higher. So this is going to be kind of a lockdown team. So we have an early CC right there from Leonardo. Of course, Khazard is going to extend the duration of the lockdown, allowing Raku to just destroy the targets, guys. Zorath, of course, with the delay, making it relatively easy to get through there. Look at that, 4.52. And of course, Raku, we finally got to the plus 60 engraving. Grez has the plus 60. We have 30 and 30 on Zorath and Leonardo, which brings us to the 5 teams, guys. This is where it really makes or breaks a lot of different heroes. When you start getting into this 5-pull, they have Halos in here, super strong, especially with Lucretia. And here we do have, look at that. We have the Alna Grez combination with, look at the damage, guys. That is a monster amount of damage right there. 5-pull rate in this one with Skarath, and of course with, then we have Thorn Cheese, Skarath with Iran in that one. Then we have the Thorn Cheese in here with Athalia. And the final one is the Mahira, the Charmazard combo. So we're going to let this run, guys. Again, we need to make some progression in here. And of course, guys, Halos put the cube, if you've seen the cube, goes right up on Lucretia in the early parts of those stages, just doing an amplifying the damage that they're going to do. Scarlet just rains absolute monster damage in this formation, guys. She ults so incredibly quick. That's 3 ults already. And of course, Mizalth does not stand a chance. You really do have two options in here, guys. One is going to be, like you see right here, kind of over leveling. For where we're at, I feel like we are over leveled, which is the reason why these stages are a little bit easier, because we are over leveled a little bit. The other is just the sheer attempts. So that it's going to be one or the other when it comes to making progression within here. You're going to either have a lot of attempts because you're on a lower level, or you're going to over level like we are right now, just continuing to make progression. But even over leveled, I mean, we're about 158, 157. So we're not super far over leveled in my opinion. 157 isn't pretty bad. I mean, when you get about the 150 mark, I think that's about regular on where players can actually make progression without doing, again, an incredible amount of just kind of leveling over and over and over. But the Thorin cheese has got to work on this one, guys. Again, it's been a little bit since we've went through and did the campaign. I know Athane, this one is built out quite a bit. We got Zafriel built out a little bit. And of course, Thorin's going down right at the beginning, guys. And I think this is going to be a pretty big RNG one on this one. Some of these do take a little bit, again, to get this RNG factor to work. That was close. We had Kelthar up in the back. Kelthar was kind of taking out Leica in the back. And even there, Kelthar got banished. Let's see if we can get this one done, guys. I'm hoping it's not going to take an incredible amount of time. Kelthar, of course, fighting right there in the back. All right, guys, finally we got that one done. You can see here 11.39 billion damage there from Thorin. Doing absolutely incredible. Then we get into the Charizard. One of my favorite comps. I feel like a lot of players do kind of underestimate this one. But it works even with Mahira and Khazard being at a lower level. This will work incredibly well until we have an immune Brutus just run over our formation like you've seen right there. But this does work, guys. Again, there is an RNG factor in here, just like with any formation. If we can take care of a few targets, if we can crowd control quite a few, we can get them down. Even there, Brutus went to the immunity. Didn't quite work as Brutus had thought. The immunity was taken out relatively quick. Zolrath, of course, doing his little peekaboo hide and seek over there to get this stage done, guys. That is right. Next boss stage 42-24 done. Looking again at the damage of Thorin right there, guys. 11.39 billion. And again, show you the RNG aspect of this all. There he is. Kelthar, of course, doing damage. You can see him popping up right here behind, taking out Tassie right here, making it absolutely flawless, guys. 42-25. Again, we're going to go with Willowlord just because very similar level. I know we are a little bit higher level, which essentially gives us a little bit of an advantage. But you can see, guys, Leonardo, Khazard, Raku, this combination continues to dominate. Got to look out for Brutus right here, guys. When he pops that immunity, depending on where he goes with the immunity and when the immunity ends is really the big one here. Of course, guys, we've got Mishka built out. Mishka doing some crowd control in there. Boom, there's the permanent crowd control. Mishka is just going to tank Brutus or attempt to tank Brutus right here in the back. Zolrath running over the formation to make it a very, very clean, smooth formation. 6 billion damage, guys. That is the reason why we say build Raku. Raku putting up 6 billion damage. And let's see down here, guys, 595. That's essentially where we're at. We're even a little bit over that. We have the Beguile right off the bat with Namora, so pretty cool one there. Then, of course, Lucretia, guys, usually just runs around and kills everything. This is the reason why we say to build Lucretia first. She is just a monster. Guys, she gets that boost when everybody dies. Taking the team out solo, just like she does, guys. 9.35 billion damage. 42-27. Again, getting a lot closer to where we want to be, guys. Running Lucretia in here. Of course, the Beguile ability right off the bat with Namora again. Lorzen goes down quick. Leica with the debuffs. Taking Rosaline down very, very fast. 12 billion damage on that one. And of course, back to the boss stages, guys. I'm going to try sticking with my Gildy right here. I'm going to copy the formations. I don't think there's any heroes that I don't have. I know here we don't have the 30 on granite, which would make a difference in there, but I think these formations are pretty sound. Even here, guys, we have the awakened version of Aziz. With the slow from Zorath, you'll see Flora will not actually fly in this one. She will actually get the stun right on the ground, which is one reason why people absolutely love this one, guys, is you can take down Flora relatively easy with these team combinations. And again, the RNG factor in here, guys, we know it is going to be a lot of RNG. We just have to take down Thorn one more time. And Awakened Disease is at least used for something, guys. We built him all the way up. We haven't seen very many use cases for him, but as you've seen right there, worked incredibly well. This one just got to keep Lucretia. And look at that, guys. That is why we say build Lucretia first. That is why she is such a big priority when it comes to maximizing the damage in here. Scarlet just rains fire once. There's rain fire again. Of course, the RNG factor, guys, Scarlet will kill your own targets. That's kind of the bad part of Scarlet within here. Wakened Taylene just keeps coming back to life. Even though I don't have her, I murk her all the time, guys. She is really the go-to when it comes to the mercenary. But I think this one we're not going to be able to get down. Scarlet's got to stay up, guys. If she dies out too quick, we don't have enough damage. Even with Oden in this formation, it's an interesting combination. Oden, of course, we don't have that plus 60 signature item on, or excuse me, the plus 60 engraving in there, which of course plays a huge factor. We can take Damon down early. See, Thorn was going down. Retaliation right there just killed us out. And again, the awakened version of Taylene. I think we got to keep Oden up a little bit more. We need to keep Scarlet up a little bit more. And even there with one ult, there's second ult. There we go, guys. Scarlet is still up. She got the shield. Look at that. Just raining fire down on our targets, guys. We're so close. And I think we're going to be able to get that, the 5 pull right there. Definitely going to need a little bit more survivability in that one. We can get a buff for Mortis. It'll help a lot, which went on Ezio. We have these heroes built out, guys. Again, just this RNG factor. Got to get the targets down a lot more than that. And we know this formation works, guys. We've seen it work. Just a lucky dodge, a lucky RNG. And Queen almost got the ult off on that one. I feel like Torn is a very unique hero to kind of deal with. Ezio, of course, looking for the damage. But if Brutus roars within this one, guys, that's the other factor. Brutus with the roar will actually negate the dodge, which makes it incredibly difficult to get this team down or to kill the enemy team because of the 5 pull in the combination with the roar ability. I feel like if we can get Queen to ult a little bit earlier, or even keeping Iran alive in this one, I feel would make a really big difference. Some reason I know so many players go to Queen. I unfortunately do not seem to have very good luck with her. As much as I have tried, I loved Queen from the absolute start, guys. We built her out the plus 30 signature item. We did the 9 of 9 on her. She dies relatively quick. I've always noticed that. Same problem that I've always had with Joker. I feel like Joker and Queen do die out relatively quick. And the ult, it seems like, is almost delayed with them. But we got to get this stage down, guys. Again, we got to get the RNG factor. Ezio's picking up the buff there. Even there, Queen couldn't ult fast enough. And I think the crowd control that Queen is going to put in this is going to make a big difference. Of course, Ezio can't do it on his own. We're not doing enough damage in the formation. Let's look at some other comps and see what we can do in here. All right, guys, so another one in there. It did take a little bit to get it down, but look at that. I'm going to do the replay here, guys. Of course, we had the poll. Iran didn't die in this formation, which was good until the very, very end. So Queen puts them all together. Skarath puts them all together. Then, of course, there is the big crowd control from Iran, guys. We have some more crowd control over here. Queen and Ezio trying to get it done, trying to get torn a little bit lower. And then, of course, we have Drez right here, guys, for the very, very final burn down. Ezio with 5 kills in there. Very, very nice to continue that one. Then last one, of course, is our Ainz combination, which we have Kelthar on the top. Now we have the mitigation, of course, with Merlin. Gonna have to get them the alt. All of the heroes in here are built pretty well. I feel like, again, it's gonna be the RNG factor in here to get Ainz to alt. And even looking there, guys, he's not putting out enough damage to effectively kill the target in one shot. Ainz has gotten to the point where it is no longer the one-shot battle that we see in here. But of course, Albedo, Arthur, I think with the patch tomorrow, and we're going to have to see, most players are saying that Joan of Arc is actually going to replace Arthur within these formations, which is going to give a little bit more viability to these formations and making it incredibly easy to get through here. Because right now, guys, as you can see, Arthur doesn't have enough damage mitigation to survive. He gets run over pretty quick when you start getting into the higher level deficiencies. Even here, we're at, what, 164, 166? We're only at 166, guys. And again, the level deficiency is not that high. I know a lot of players do run, 200 plus in a level deficiency. But still, where we're at, I don't feel like he's quite doing the damage. And I feel like Arthur, again, is just kind of getting completely run over here. Because we have Titus and we have Kelthar, and they are just absolutely running him. So let's see if we can get the RNG to work on this one as well, guys. All right, guys, so looking at a couple different formations, I'm going to try the Thorin Cheese in here. There's a lot of players that did use the Ainz combination. A majority of the Ainz combinations were very, very high in comparison to where I am at. So I think that's the reason why that Ainz comp was not working in there, because they were so much higher built, not level-wise, but just straight build-wise. They were much, much higher level on both the signature items and the engraving levels across the board. For Arthur, for Albedo, for Silas, for Merlin. So I'm hoping, again, Thorin Cheese, that we can get this one done. I know this one, again, can be a little bit tedious, but like I was saying earlier, guys, it works. It is the formation. It is the cheese that gets a lot of players through, especially when you're starting to get into these higher level deficiencies. It works incredibly well. That is why so many players do utilize it. So again, I'm going to let this one run a little bit, see if we can get this one done. All right, guys, so we did that one. Let's go ahead and look back at the replay. There it is, 9.86 billion. Thorin Cheese again coming through on this one. Dropped right in the back, of course. Kelthar killing them out. Boom, number 1. Number 2 takes them down. 4 full targets, which brings us to our next stage, guys. We need 2 more. We need 2 more stages in here, and then we will be halfway through, which is going to allow us to finish up the Awakened version of Thane with our emblems. I think that'll give us enough. We might still be 1 short, but I think we're almost done, guys, with the Awakened, getting the plus 60 engraving on the Awakened version of Thane, guys. Still utilizing him within the Lightbearer Tower. He works incredibly well. Similar to Lucretia, guys, he can just kill out everybody himself, which is kind of insane to see. But he can destroy targets single-handedly, which is kind of crazy. This formation I am absolutely in love with, guys. The Leonardo Raku formation again, which brings us to 42-30, guys. That is what we are looking for to pick up a little bit of our loot, including these 200 emblems. Again, we might be 1 shy. I don't quite remember where we're at. With the engraving factor, we are at 59, guys. We're going to rapid strength it. There it is. I thought we had enough. And there is the 60, guys. Now remember, with the Awakened Heroes, guys, getting signature items, getting furniture, also getting the engraving unlocks additional skills. And then, of course, adding stars, adding on that physical pierce. We already have him at 3 stars, which is awesome. 4 more pieces of furniture. He will be maxed out. A couple more of our tier 4 stones, and he will be built, guys, an absolute monster when it comes to the Lightbearer Tower. Honestly, out of all 4 of them, personally, I feel like Thane is probably number 1. He's been doing incredibly well, followed by probably the Awakened version of Taylene. Then I would go Brutus and Aziz. Aziz, of course, you only need 1 single copy, and he does work effectively within AFK Arena. So, guys, that'll do it for today's video and the push 42-30, guys. We are halfway through Chapter 42 at this point. I'm going to be making a lot more progression on this account. I know with the faction accounts, a lot of players had questions. Right now, we do have our faction accounts on pause, just because of the incredible time constraints that we have going on. So again, that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.